especially after Williams coming back and having some troubles 2 weeks ago in the street stocks. It was a rough start with Roy Maynard who had the pole. Maynard was slow to get on the gas, was passed by 6 or 7 cars. Rick DePriest with a marvelous job saving it after he went into the grass infield, got back up on the asphalt. Oh my, right at the start-finish line, J.R. Garcia gets a brake check from the number 11 of Tony Alvarez, who won tonight's Trophy Dash in the street stock. And Craig Butts is waving the half red and half yellow, and that means we're going to restart it. We're going to start this thing all over again. They're still working on the Stan Williams number 72 car. Williams in the car owned by Wade Barrett, sponsored by Race Prep and Stan's Discount Plumbing. Looks like his night is over. We'll come back to the restart and more racing from Mason Raceway on Time Warner Cable.
Southern Auto wants to send you to the races. That's right. Sign up to win at any Bakersfield area Southern Auto location and get ready for a weekend of NASCAR racing. You and a friend will fly round trip to Philadelphia, where you'll stay at the fabulous Wilmington Hilton. Then you're off to the races at the Dover Down Speedway for VIP treatment at the Miller 500. Want to go? Then get into your nearest Southern Auto store and sign up to win. It's that easy. The Southern Auto Speedway Sweepstakes, brought to you by Southern Auto, Kern News Talk, Cool Oldies, and Kern Travel. Sign up today.
This is a scary sound, but this can be a scarier sound. It might be just a small transmission problem or one that'll take a big bite out of your wallet. To tame your worries, AMCO centers have expert technicians with state-of-the-art diagnostic tools. Fact is, half the cars serviced by AMCO centers don't need a new transmission. Bring your car to AMCO. It can be a jungle in there. AMCO, AA MCO.
Welcome back to racing for Mason Raceway on Time Warner Cable. And on the restart, a rolling restart, bringing him down is Tony Alvarez, followed by J.R. Garcia. So the incident involving Dwayne Bohannon and Stan Williams has also taken out the number 0 of James Thurman. Back out on the track with a lot of damage, Al Flora and his car real slow. Good fight for third place though. And the number 7 and John DeMoss in the number 16. Still in your lead, Tony Alvarez. Al Flora a lap down. J.R. Garcia in the red number 24, following closely by John DeMoss, defending track champion in the street stock. DeMoss looking good. Mike Brillante is in 4th place, and 5th place, Rick DePriest. DePriest, remember, got sideways down there into the grass in the infield, brought it up after the start. There's your fight for 2nd place. Garcia and DeMoss. Garcia with that damage on the front, the left fender sticking up, which he received actually during the yellow when Tony Alvarez stopped abruptly in front of him. Still your leader, Tony Alvarez. He has yet to win a main event, but earlier tonight won the Trophy Dash. 4 laps are complete of your 20-lap main event in the street stocks. Whole lot of cars bunched up there coming out of 4, trying the ins. Number 20 of John Avila. This is for position 6th, 7th, and 8th. There's your leader, Tony Alvarez. Alvarez driving a 1977 Chevy sponsored by Mind and Body Chiropractic out of Bakersfield, California. DeMoss has gotten by J.R. Garcia for 2nd place and now sets his sights on Alvarez. Alvarez with the 10-car length lead. DeMoss, who is working on a late model ride there in the number 16. Your defending track champion, Tony Alvarez, still in the lead. Now widening his lead to about 12 car lengths. When he comes around the start-finish line this time, 6 laps complete of the 20-lap street stock main event here at Mesa Marin Raceway. DeMoss looking good through 2 and 3. J.R. Garcia has dropped back a little bit in 3rd place, and Rick DePriest is pushing Garcia for 4th. Alvarez has won 2 street stock trophy dashes this season. Also sponsored by Taco Loco. Some good racing there coming out of 4. That is John Avila and Mike Shane. Shane was in the 76, Avila the number 20. Alvarez coming up on some slower lap traffic, getting by the number 1 of Bob Copley. And now we'll set his sights ahead of him on Larry Kelly, but the traffic has brought John DeMoss right there as DeMoss gets a little sideways in turn 2 and drops back now about 7 car lengths as Alvarez gets by Larry Kelly in the 87, a lap down. Going at it back there, Darren Blanton in the number 5, and in the number 3 is Jerry Smith. Smith on the inside, followed by Mike Shane. This battle is for 7th, 8th, and 9th position. Alvarez is your leader. 10 laps are complete, 11 complete. When he comes by the start-finish line, John DeMoss coming up tight. He'll try the outside line. DeMoss, defending track champion in the street stocks, taps him on the right side, looking to the inside. DeMoss not even running for a championship this year because he wants to concentrate on the late model, but I'll tell you what, he's doing it here. Smokes the left tire. Went in a little hot and he has to back out. 12 laps complete, 8 more to go. Alvarez still holding on as DeMoss gets into the side of him. Both cars spin out. DeMoss trying to save it. He gets turned around. The yellow flag is out. Alvarez finally turns around and gets it going by DeMoss. DeMoss now has smoke coming out of the cockpit everywhere. J.R. Garcia is your leader. Rick DePriest in 2nd. 3rd place still shows Tony Alvarez. 4th place, John DeMoss. And in 5th place, in the number 4 car, is Jeff Smith. So DeMoss trying to get a little anxious, trying to get by Alvarez. Got into him. Both cars getting sideways. DeMoss tried to save it. He couldn't do it, so Alvarez gets knocked to 3rd, and DeMoss ends up in 4th position. But your leader is J.R. Garcia. Garcia with a brand new ride this year. It's a 1980 Oldsmobile Cutlass, sponsored by Oak Street Chevron, A Auto and Truck Salvage. 13 laps complete in the 20-lap main event in the street stocks. We'll come back with more racing for Mesa Marin Raceway on Time Warner Cable. Barry McKeever along with Paul Pavlitich. 13 laps are complete in the street stock main event, and your winner with severe damage, not your winner, your leader I should say, J.R. Garcia, takes him through 1, smokes up the back tire. He is in 1st. John DeMoss trying to get by the number 4 car of Jeff Smith. DeMoss looking for 4th position. He smokes that left tire up again, driving it in hard. Smith tries to get down below, gets tapped from behind. DeMoss now will take over 4th position. Still in the lead, J.R. Garcia, 2nd place. Rick DePriest, 3rd place. Tony Alvarez, 4th place. John DeMoss in 5th place. Jeff Smith. This time when Garcia brings him around, There will be 15 laps complete, 5 more laps left in the main event in the street stocks. Last year, Garcia took a 4th place in the points in the street stock division. Good race for 2nd place behind Garcia as Alvarez is going to take over 2nd. He bumps DePriest and gets by him. DePriest now trying to get back by Alvarez. Looks like he just might take it. With yellow flag is out, we've got a car turned around the wrong way in turn number 2. That is the number 25 of Mark Hook Roberts. Roberts gets it going the right way. So yellow flag is out, 16 laps complete. Your leader, J.R. Garcia, followed by Rick DePriest, Tony Alvarez, John DeMoss, and Jeff Smith. And looks like John DeMoss and Jeff Smith having a good time out there. Now they're not quite ready to let up on who's going to take 4th position on the restart. Remember, next week here at Mesa Marin Raceway, the Winston Racing Series late models, when it is Justin Knight at the races, presented by Community Recycling. Also, the Super Street Stocks are back, and these very street stocks will be here. That is next Saturday night at Mesa Marin Raceway. J.R. Garcia, last year 4th place in the points, would have actually done a lot better, but the last couple races had some difficulty. Couple crashes knocked him way back. He was all the way up to 2nd place behind DeMoss, also up there last year, who is not back, is Tony Kessler. This street stock division, the entry-level race cars, almost virtually everything you see on these cars is stock. That's the way they have to be. That's why they call them street stock. Thank you very much. So the lights are out on the Haddad Dodge Avenger pace car. J.R. Garcia looking for his first win in 1997. He won 2 last year. The pace car is off the track. And the green flag is out. 16 laps are complete. 4 laps, dash for cash for J.R. Garcia, followed by Rick DePriest. DePriest tries the inside. He is pressured behind by Tony Alvarez, and don't forget, waiting in the wings in 4th place, John DeMoss, the defending track champion in the street stocks. DeMoss getting real sideways in 4th. Look at the back end go out. You got to believe those tires are bald from all the spins he's taken tonight. Just trying to hold on for a wild ride. Garcia, when he brings him around this time, they'll have 2 left. DePriest gets up on the backside, bumps Garcia, tries the inside, goes by him. Garcia gets back in, and there's another great race for 4th as DePriest tries for the lead. He can't get it. Now DePriest goes back to the inside. Garcia on the outside. They're side by side. Here they come out of 3. Garcia locks up the rear wheels. DePriest takes over 1st place. He'll take the white flag. But Garcia comes right back. What a race this is. 1 lap to go. Garcia on the inside. Rick DePriest in the number 34. Tony Alvarez waiting in 3rd. DePriest backs off. Garcia on the red, number 24. Looks to have a 2-car length lead. Alvarez bumps DePriest from behind, and that'll leave your winner, J.R. Garcia, winning the street stock main event, followed by Tony Alvarez, Jeff Smith, John DeMoss, and finally rounding out the top 5 is Jerry Smith. A tough break for Rick DePriest, especially after coming back on that start when he got in the infield in the grass, got sideways, saved it up in the asphalt, came all the way back from back in the pack. We are getting word from NASCAR that the 11 car of Tony Alvarez has been put to the rear of the field for spinning Rick DePriest, and second place is Jeff Smith. So Smith moves up to second place. John DeMoss will be third place. There is your winner. Once again, give another big round of applause. Number 24, J.R. Garcia. Man, the street stock starting things off in great fashion here tonight at Mesa Marin. The 1980 Cutlass Olds is owned by J.R. Garcia, a new car for him this year. Sponsored by Oak Street Chevron, A Auto and Truck Salvage, Wild Bill's Catering. After fourth place in '97, here's his first win. Let's go down and talk to him with Paul Pavlitich. Paul?
I'm down here with his first victory of the season, J.R. Garcia. J.R., you had a little competition there with the 34 car behind you.
Tell you what, he was sure banging me there in the last few laps.
Well, it was some banging, but it's definitely a W there. Let's talk a little bit. How did you get the little scrape on the front end?
I forgot.
He forgot how he did it, but you know what's most important? This is your first win. We have you down as 9th in points. You're going to move up. We look for great things for you in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I'll be here for the next couple of races.
Well, you want to talk about your support a little bit? Who helped you with this crew?
I got Dave Conley here to set my tires. I can't get used to these tires. I mean, we don't have no stagger this year. Dave from Break Time fixed them up today, with my other crew chief, Mike Cochran, and we've been working on it. We're getting close.
Well, you're not actually close. You won. Congratulations. Let's hear it for your winner for the main event, Garcia.
All right, Paul, thank you very much. And that is your first main event win of the 1997 season and your first main event on tonight's races in the street stocks. We'll be back with more racing from Mesa Marin Raceway on Time Warner Cable. For Edward Green Flag Racing. 25 laps, modified stock main event. Murphy tries the outside look at Steve Reeves. Steve Reeves and Murphy hit by Weber. And Weber looks like he's standing still. Reeves in first place, Murphy second. With Trev Taylor third, Brian Kelly fourth, and Danny Collins has moved all the way up to fifth place. Danny Collins driving street stocks last year here, now trying his hand at the modified stocks. Your leader, Steve Reeves. Reeves has already won a heat race here earlier tonight. Soccer from Lancaster. And Dana Moore right behind Ebersoccer, rounding out the top 5. Moore, who won the main event just a couple weeks ago, the first race of the season. Still your leader after 3 laps. TK Carvasic in the number 33, but Kirk Miller coming up behind him. Carvasic second in points last year out of Reseda, California. This Super Street Stock division used to be the Street Stock division at Sauga Speedway, a little different there. Ebersoccer getting a little sideways.
4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
And the most exciting start in racing, the standing start. We are clear at Mesa Marin. The street stocks underway, and a big, big start for Mike Shane. The 76 has been looking good all night long. He won a heat race earlier tonight, and he is your leader. Mike Shane in the 76, second place, Terry Simpson, 87, Mark Hook Robertson, 25, Howie Smith in 4, and Tony Alvarez rounding out the top 5 in number 11. There's Roberts getting sideways, pointing the wrong way. That's not the way you want to go. J.R. Garcia in 24 gets by him. We'll see if NASCAR brings out the yellow. The whole field gets by him. Can he get it restarted? He gets it moving, but not in time. The yellow flag is out. So we only complete 2 laps. Mark Hook Roberts in the 25. Spinning it around and going the wrong way. Roberts is from right here in Bakersfield. He's driving a 71 Chevy Chevelle, sponsored by Powerhouse, American Fabrication, Pounds Motorsports, and Cal Coachworks. Don't forget, coming up, and one more, we're going to go green. Mark Shane is your leader. Terry Simpson is in second place in the 87. 4 is Howie Smith. And moving up to fourth position is your defending track champion of John DeMoss and Tony Alvarez, rounding out the top 5 in the number 11. So the Haddad Dodge Avenger pace car pulls off the track. That means we are ready to go green. 2 laps done. Green flag is out. Mike Shane, 76, brings him down. Look at Howie Smith in the 4, making a move to the outside. There's DeMoss and Howie Smith, and these guys last week were going at it bumper to bumper, and they're doing it again tonight. Nice move, Howie Smith getting inside Terry Simpson. And look at John DeMoss says, hey, I'll take over too. He does. So Mike Shane is still your leader. Howie Smith, number 4, is second. 16, John DeMoss is third. We got a spin in turn 1. As Mike Shane's going to bring him around, we'll see whether NASCAR throws the yellow flag. There is the 07. That is Al Flora, and we're going to stay green. So Blanton in the 5, and there's 07 Al Flora. Spun each other, but fortunately nobody touched the wall, and we're able to stay green flag racing. 4 laps complete. Mike Shane, your leader, but a good race developing for second. You see it right there. Howie Smith in the 4, John DeMoss in 16, and Tony Alvarez in 11. DeMoss has already won a main event. Alvarez has won 2 trophy dashes, and Howie Smith looking for his first of either right there. But Mike Shane still your leader. These 2 guys, DeMoss, you see, lights up that left front, took it in a little too hot, didn't want to get in the back of Howie Smith and get him sideways because, of course, he'd have to go to the back of the pack then. Mike Shane, your leader in the number 76 street stock. His car. Turn 2, getting sideways. That is the 30 of David Betancourt. And NASCAR brings out the yellow flag. Betancourt in a very precarious position, trying to wait for the 42 of Zach Trone to get by, and he does. So 7 laps complete of the street stock main event. Don't forget, coming up, our feature event tonight, Community Recycling and Emporium Western Store present the Justin Boots 75 and the $1.5 million Winston Racing Series late models here at Mesa Marin, week in and week out. The top NASCAR drivers in all the nation. Nice shot down trackside from our Time Warner Cable camera. Good opportunity for us to take a commercial break. We'll come back on Time Warner Cable and NASCAR racing action at Mesa Marin. That is John DeMoss, and right behind DeMoss, Tony Alvarez and Rick DePriest. Good race for your leader, and Howie Smith, you see him get wide up there. Couldn't tell whether there was contact between DeMoss and the 4, or DeMoss in the 16 and Howie Smith in the 4, but Howie Smith drove it in real hard into 4 and almost went into the wall. Did a great driving job of keeping it out of the fence and keeping us green racing. Here's Mike Shane, and he has taken advantage of that and got a big lead. We're 3 abreast in 1. DeMoss on the inside in 16. Toner Alvarez in 11. 34, Rick DePriest. And look at Alvarez, stuck to the inside, and they want to go 3 again. DePriest, not enough room there. DePriest will back out of it. Rick DePriest in the 34. This is for second place. Tony Alvarez in 11. Now John DeMoss in the 16, the yellow one on the outside. Rick DePriest gets to the inside. Stan Williams sticks his nose in there in the 72. And look at smoke come out of the rear end of Tony Alvarez, and he brings it on down almost into John DeMoss. So DePriest takes over second place, your leader, after 10 laps. Check it now, 11 laps is Mike Shane in the 76. Shane still your leader, and a lot of hard racing behind Mike Shane, but he's got a nice big lead over Rick DePriest. There's Tim Bale slowing down in the back straightaway, now coming through 3. Back to your leader. This car is also driven by Mike McCluskey. It's owned by Mike Shane. It's a 72 Chevy Nova. Getting help from Dam Corner number 4, Swift Napa Auto Parts, Kern Valley Auto Body, and more. There is Howie Smith, who is trying to move his way back up. Working on the number 26 there. 26 getting wide. Smith tries to get under. And we have word from NASCAR, we are going yellow. Debris on the track, there is debris on the track, so we are yellow with Mike Shane, your leader. Number 76, 14 laps complete. Followed by Rick DePriest in the 34, John DeMoss in the 16, the 72 of Stan Williams, and rounding out the top 5, number 11, Tony Alvarez. We'll come back with the conclusion of Time Warner Cable's presentation of NASCAR racing action from Mesa Marin.
I can fix it myself.
Attention all HPS units. The fix-it-yourself man is on the loose again. Plumbing incidents are reported all over the city. Respond immediately.
You're surrounded. Put down the wrench.
I can't fix it myself.
Another senseless plumbing tragedy. Remember, don't take the wrench into your own hands. Call HPS at 324-2121.
Southern Auto wants to send you to the races.
Place has gone to the back of the pack. We're not quite sure why. There's your leader, though, Mike Shane. But he's getting some pressure from DePriest on the outside and Stan Williams on the inside. Williams in the red, or check it, yellow 72. Sponsored by Wade Barrett, Race Prep, Stan's Discount Plumbing, Sid Payne, and Sun Ag Service. Trying to get under Rick DePriest. Mike Shane still your leader, 16 laps completed. It'll be 17 when they bring him around this time. DePriest still in second, and he's out of a Atascadero, driving a 72 Ford Gran Torino. Works at A&P Mechanic in Atascadero. This car is sponsored by Harris Welding Service. Right there, though, in the number 3, you see, of Jerry Smith. We go back to the front of the pack as DePriest trying to get under Mike Shane, and Shane will have none of it. Williams gets a little sideways and allows Tony Alvarez some room, but Stan Williams in the 72 shuts the door. Here's your battle for the lead, though. DePriest cutting to the inside. He's got the lead. Oh, and he got a little bit sideways. Shane trying to get out of the inside. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go. Rick DePriest, your leader. Second place, 76 of Mike Shane. DePriest makes that daring move in turn 3. Almost lost in 4, but gathered it. Now it's paying off. Stan Williams is now in second, takes second over Mike Shane, but DePriest getting loose again. There goes Williams ducking to the inside, but your winner, Rick DePriest, in the Street Stock main event. An exciting pass with 1 lap left. Second place, Stan Williams. Third place, Mike Shane, who led all but 2 laps of the race. And unfortunately, it only counts at the end. Finally, in fourth place, Tony Alvarez, and rounding out the top 5, a good run for J.R. Garcia. But this is going to move Rick DePriest into first place in the points. Bringing the 34, Gran Torino into winner's circle. Coming into tonight, John DeMoss was your points leader. DeMoss went to the back of the pack. And Rick DePriest walks away with the win. Last year, he had a 5th place finish in the points. And this will be his second main event win of 1997. And let's talk with him. Sending it down trackside to Paul Pavletich.
Thank you very much, Barry McKeever. As an excited Rick DePriest gets out of the car, let's go around and talk a little bit. A gutsy pass coming out of turn 4 with 1 lap to go.
Do it then, you know, so we give it everything we had. Boy, you know, hats off to Mike tonight. Boy, he had...
Well, you caught him, and look at here. Marion Collins, what'd you think of this race?
Hey, a good time. You know, I could have beat this guy if I'd have come across finish line first, right?
Well, you have to start before you can finish, though, Marion.
I did start, man, but you guys put me in the back. What's the deal?
You start next to me.
Well, congratulations, and also had a little help on this car, didn't you?
Yes, I've had a lot of help. You know, first I want to thank Community Recycling and Justin Boots and Imperium Western Stores for sponsoring tonight's event. And Harris Welding Service, James and Sandy Harris. Without them, I just couldn't be here. You know, they came on board mid-season of '96, and they stayed on board this year. I'm really excited to have them. They give me a big boost, a big boost. I've got Alternative Performance out of San Luis Obispo, headwork by Harry. You know, all my friends, they know who they are. Pisano Racing, Jeffers Racing, you know, everybody involved. I just can't say thanks enough. One I don't want to leave out, my crew chief, John P. Kirby. Thank you very much.
Well, you heard it here first. He's got the support. He's got some fans. And also, Rick DePriest, if the points look like they're all right, you may be in first place in the points.
I think so. I think so. I don't know where John DeMoss finished, but, you know, I had to beat him by 3 spots tonight to tie him again, so.
Barry McKeever, did he beat John DeMoss by 3 spots?
I can guarantee you he did. He's going to be your points leader going into.
All right, very good. You know, one more person I'd like to thank, and that's David Sullivan. Sully, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You heard it here first. Let's hear it again for your main event winner, Rick DePriest.
All right, Paul, thanks a lot. A big win for him. His second win of 1997 season. And now he has 3 top 5 finishes and 4 top 10. And Jerry Smith, we'll talk with you first. First of all, congratulations. Last couple nights out have been great for you.
Thank you very much.
Now, tell us what has been going on with you. I mean, I know you had the troubles in the beginning of the year, but I tell you what, the number 3 seems to be just hooked up and ready to go.
Well, they've been working on it, and they got it hooked up, so it's just easy to drive. That's it.
Now, Howie, I'm sorry, Jeff, you're actually driving tonight. This one's Jeff. This over here is Howie. Jeff is the...
older brother.
Older
better looking brother.
I was gonna say the one who ate all the food when you were kids, but I know how that goes. I'm the same way, trust me. But Jeff, you're driving tonight. What's it like for you guys actually sharing the driving duties?
It's a lot more fun to drive than it is to watch your brother go out and drive. It's really nerve-wracking, really nerve-wracking.
And for you, Howie, what's it been like with your dad, Jerry, just pretty much working everybody else?
It's great. It's great. I like racing with him, except I don't like it when he passes me.
He says he's been working on the car to get. You guys have been working on his car to get him fast, and now he's beating you. I don't know. What's up there?
We figured it out. It'd be real close. I think Jeff's going to be in the front tonight.
All right, Jeff. Now, you know, as you look at these 2 cars, you got the 3 and the 4. And, Jerry, tell us about how the actual family has gotten into racing and how long you've been doing this.
Well, about 1981 or 2, somewhere around there, we had what they called a 2-barrel class and an open barrel, a 4-barrel class, and I used to take turns driving it, and most fun I ever had in my life. So we run out of money, we quit doing it, and so these guys bought a car, I guess it was last year, and started racing it, and I just come out here and watched them, and you know, and once it gets in your blood, it's fun to drive. So anyway, Danny Collins was going to sell his car at the end of the season, and so they said, you know, you ought to buy that car. So I asked my wife, I said, what do you think? And,
that's the boss, right?
all right. And she said, if you want to buy it, buy it. So that's how I got involved in it. and they do all the work. I mean, I got the best thing as you could ever see. All you do is drive.
We'll come back with our main events. It's Haddad Dodge Night at the Races at Mesa Marina on Time Warner Cable.
Coffee in the morning, get you on your way.
Tonight, who is out on assignment. And it's time for our first main event at Haddad Dodge Night at the Races. Super Street Stock main event going 25 laps. Let's give you the starting lineup. On the pole, number 5, Rick Hargrove. On the outside of row number 1, number 11, Alex Obney. Number 42, Gary Marler. 31 is Steve Siebert. 76, Todd Conrad. 32, Kirk Miller. 84, Dana Moore. 38, John Cappy. 33, TK Karvasic. And 27, Ron Servin. And starter Craig Butts waves the green flag, and we are green flag racing. Todd Conrad in the 76 getting real low in turn 1, all the way into the dirt. This allows Alex Obney to take over the lead, but being challenged in turn number 3 by the 32 car of Kirk Miller, the defending track champion in the Super Street Stocks, followed by number 38, John Cappy. Obney still your leader from Santa Clarita. No sponsors as of yet helping him out this year. There's Conrad getting loose again. He is all the way back in the pack, showing in 8th position. The 76 back out to the front. 25 lap main event. 2 are in the books. Kirk Miller tries the outside line. No go there for the memory lane and D-safety. Now he ducks underneath. Nice move by the 32. Kirk Miller takes over the lead. John Cappy follows in behind him, and Obney falls all the way to 3rd position in the 11 silver car there. Dana Moore, who is 2nd in points, trying to move up to 3rd spot behind Alex Obney. Looks like he has position. He takes it. Cappy now, meanwhile, pressuring the 32 of Kirk Miller. John Cappy out of Reseda in a car owned by Paul Garros and John Cappy. Getting sponsorship help from Howard Gross Consulting, Matt and Tony Sub Sandwiches, Karen and Steve Novikov from BKK Chiropractic Clinics. There he goes to the inside. The 38 of John Cappy trying to take over the lead from the defending track champion of Kirk Miller right there. Miller still staying to the outside in the Super Street Stocks. And look at Miller get real high in turn 3. That allows Cappy to take over the lead. So it's Cappy in the 38 car, Miller in 2nd in the 32 car, and the 84 of Dana Moore is in 3rd. Coming up in 4th position, there you see him, TK Karvasic, followed closely by Ron Servin in the Winchills Wholesale Chevy Camaro, number 27 right there. Servin, by the way, with a birthday yesterday. Here they come past the start-finish line. 6 laps are complete. Super Street Stocks points leader TK Karvasic coming into tonight, the Acton Animal. Dana Moore in the 84 car is 2nd. Ron Servin in the 22nd, or 27, I should say, is 3rd. Kirk Miller in the 32 is 4th. And rounding out the top 5, John Cappy. And John wanted to wish his mother a happy birthday on Tuesday, his mother Dee. So this would be a nice little present for his mom, bringing this car into winner's circle tonight. It is Haddad Dodge Night at the Races. Coming up after this, we have the Street Stock main event. There's Dana Moore getting a little bit wide in 4, and Ron Servin making a move underneath, and the 27 car, and Servin takes over the 4th position. At Haddad Dodge Night at the Races, Street Stock main event coming up in a 20-lap main event. Then it's the NASCAR Winston Racing Series of late models in the Haddad Dodge 75-year feature, and we will round things up tonight with a modified stocks main event at a 25-lap main. You see Kirk Miller going real low between 3 and 4, all the way down to the dirt. You want to stay low here at Mesa Marina, but trust me, not that low. When those tires go off of the asphalt and get into the dirt, you pick up rocks and gravel, and you lose a lot of traction and a lot of time. There's Cappy, the 38 car, still in the lead. They've been working all week long on this car. In fact, Tuesday they were just checking things over and make sure everything was going okay, and they found something wrong with one of the pistons and practically rebuilt the motor. There's Obney coming in the back straightaway into the pits, and looks like he's got a left rear flat, and that'll definitely hinder his opportunity for a good night. Alex Obney in the 11 Kirk Miller still up there, but I was mentioning John Cappy and Paul Yaros, the owners of this 38 car, have been up since Tuesday night putting this motor back together. They put a different gasket on it to make sure the compression was up to specifications. John Cappy has never been in winner's circle and has never won a main event, and tonight could be it. We'll see if he can hold off Kirk Miller. 12 laps complete of the 25-lap main event, Super Street Stocks from Mesa Marin. And we've got another flat on the front straightaway of Dana Moore. And the man who came into tonight second in points, there he is, high in turn 2. He's got a right front that is flat. And that has got to be disappointing for the young man out of Newhall as you see him fly down in the pits. And the reason he had to fly down is look at the leaders coming up fast on him. 38 car of Cappy also getting sponsorship help from Spengler Racing Enterprises and Norm's Automotive. Meanwhile, Kirk Miller, sponsored by D Safety and Memory Lane, driving a 76 Camaro. That's a new car for him tonight. There's TK Karbasic. Good battle here for third position. And your points leader, TK Karbasic in the 33, and Ron Servin in the number 27. Servin getting help from Sunset Expendables. Back to the leaders. 15 laps complete. 10 to go in our first main event at Haddad Dodge Night at the Races on Time Warner Cable. And a beautiful night in Bakersfield of the West fastest half-mile oval. And look at Miller trying to duck to the inside. Now he makes a move back to the outside, and nothing going there. Cappy doing a nice job of holding him off. These two guys have been battling for the last 7 laps. That's Karbasic in the 33 in 3rd position, and Servin in the 27 in 4th position. Back to the leaders. John Cappy running a very strong race, followed by Kirk Miller. These guys in 1997 have only run 3 times out here at Mesa Marin. 2 wins going to TK Karbasic in the first win of the year, I should say, was Dana Moore. And look at Kirk Miller try the outside between 3 and 4. Just not enough there. Now he's going to go to the outside and maybe duck to the inside. A nice little tap on the back, and Kirk Miller coming up on the inside of John Cappy. He may have position. Can Cappy close the door? Some great side-by-side racing coming out of 4. Cappy holds Kirk Miller off. And 19 laps are complete. 6 to go, and these two bumping each other have allowed the 33 of TK Karbasic to come up. And look at Miller trying the outside again. He just doesn't quite have enough horsepower to get position at the end of the straightaway. Making another move to the inside. Cappy in the 38. Miller on the inside in the 32. Cappy holds on. Here comes Karbasic sticking his nose. Now Miller gets ahead. Miller in the 32. And Cappy will try the outside line. Karbasic still in there. Cappy gets sideways. Miller in first. Karbasic moves into second. And John Cappy now battling it out for third with Ron Servin. So here it is. The guys who were 1 and 2 in the points last year in the inaugural season of the Super Street Stocks here at Mesa Marin. Kirk Miller, who won it last year, track championship, and TK Karbasic, who was second, and that's the way they are out on the track right now. 22 laps complete, 3 left in our first main event. It's been a wild one. Does the Acton Animal, number 33, TK Karbasic, have enough for Kirk Miller out of Altaloma? Only time will tell. And with 22 laps in the books, coming up 23, those tires have to be awfully hot. We have not seen a yellow flag yet, and it's going to be difficult to pass on the outside. Karbasic tries it. Nothing there. Now comes up on the outside. The right bumper. Will he try it again? There he goes, moving up. Miller gets sideways. They get together. Karbasic now will take the white flag. TK Karbasic, 1 lap left. Kirk Miller drops all the way back to 4th. Ron Servin has moved up to 2nd. John Cappy in 3rd. Here comes T.K. Karvasic, the Acton Animal. 2 turns left. He was patient throughout the race, waited for Miller to make him the mistake, and Karvasic makes his move. T.K. Karvasic, your winner in the Super Street Stock main event at a Haddad Dodge Night at the Races. Second place, Ron Sullivan. Third place, John Cappy. Fourth place, Kirk Miller. And in fifth was Todd Conrad. So a very, very exciting Super Street Stock main event. I'll head downstairs and we'll come right back and talk with the winner of the Super Street Stocks, T.K. Karvasic, when we return on Time Warner Cable.
Coffee in the morning, get you on your way. For something cold any time of the day. Down thrilled.
Oh, sorry, you okay? Down here bumping elbows with everybody. TK, congratulations. I'll tell you what, that was an incredible race from where we sat up in the stands. Tell us what it was like from behind the wheel.
Well, you know, at the beginning of the race, trying to get through traffic and everything was kind of tough. You know, them guys out in front, they had a good jump on us, and we just kind of, you know, they were kind of battling for it, and we kind of slipped in there, and then Kurt slipped up a little bit, and we took advantage of it. But I also want to thank Haddad Dodge and Rex Horse for building me a new motor, and all my boys, Rick and Dave, and my wife with the new baby on the way. Yeah. Thank you.
You know, I got to tell you real quick, TK, that a couple years ago, we would have seen TK just go for it right from the beginning. You saved your tires. It was a very patient race for you. When did you know it was yours?
Well, I was trying my hardest, you know, I'll tell you the truth, but it slowly came to me. I tried to go off too quick, and I settled down a little bit and smoothed it out, smooth as fast.
Extends your points lead. Congratulations, big night. We'll see you in 4 weeks.
Thanks, Barry.
Congratulations, TK Karvasic and Switchfoot, our big winner tonight. Super Street Stock main event coming up. Street Stock main event right after this.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Don't worry, hon. I can fix it myself.
Mom says, when are you going to be done?
Time, really. This is really good coffee, Norma.
Strange. They've never liked my coffee before.
To Mesa Marin. I'm Barry McKeever, and let's get set for our Street Stock main event. We start them from a standing start, 5-1. Help me out, everybody. This is how we do it, 5-1, and then we throw the green flag. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they are off. The 04 of Robert Faithinger leads him through 1. That's Kevin Jordan in the 46. Darren Blanton's in 5. Jeff Smith was in 4. John Amos in 16. Stan Williams in the 72. Tony Alvarez in the 11. And Jerry Smith is in the number 3. He has won the last 2 consecutive main events here for the Street Stocks at Mesa Marin in 1997. And we got a chance to talk with the Smith brothers and father earlier on tonight. We hope you got a chance to enjoy that here on Time Warner Cable. So Robert Faithinger brings in the back straight of it. Look at Jeff Smith making a move right there on the inside of Kevin Jordan to move into second. So Faithinger in the 04 first. The 4 of Jeff Smith is in second. Stan Williams, who won a Trophy Nash earlier on tonight, celebrating his 10th anniversary yesterday, has moved into third. Jerry Smith, there he is, the number 3, in the same car that propelled Danny Collins last year to second place in the points. Moves up to 4th position, and rounding out the top 5 is Kevin Jordan in the 46. And Williams slows down, got a little bit sideways. That allows Jerry Smith to get by. There's Williams now, holds on to 4th. Back up to the leaders where we have a change in the lead, and the number 4 of Jeff Smith. And there's Nancy Lutke turning the wrong way at turn number 2, and it brings out the yellow. Not the place you want to be sitting. And you see the 00 car right there. That is the Time Warner Cable Street Stocker, the Ace Award Street Stock, driven tonight by Ron Clifton from Haddad Dodge. The customer service manager and the car accessory and special events manager, Ron Clifton, driving the Time Warner Cable Ace Awards 00 Street Stocker. So let's reset the way it stands right now in a 20-lap main event. In the lead, number 4 of Jeff Smith. The 04 of Robert Fathinger is second. In third is the number 3 of Jerry Smith. And there you see Ron Clifton from Haddad Dodge. You know, we got a chance to talk with him earlier, and he was shaking a little bit. He knew that this wasn't just a Sunday drive in the park. He does have respect for that automobile, and that is half the battle. The Haddad Dodge Avenger pace car pulls off the track, and so does Robert Fathinger. So your second place car, the 04, drives into the pits. That moves Jerry Smith up to second. So Jeff Smith, the son, takes the green flag. He is your leader. Second place is Jerry Smith. He's the father in second place. The street stock points right now. J.R. Garcia out of Bakersfield is your leader. John DeMoss, driving the 16, is in second, just 6 points back. Rick DePriest in third. Jeff Smith is in fourth, and Jerry Smith is in fifth. Jeff Smith, the son, in the front. And Jerry Smith last year came out and helped Jeff and Howie, the two brothers. Looked like they were having so much fun. When Danny Collins' car came available, when Collins bought Gene Five's championship modified stock, he said, hey, I'll join you. And there's a battle right now. That is for 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's John DeMoss, followed by Kevin Jordan in the 46, Rick DePriest in the 34, and J.R. Garcia in the 24. DeMoss, your defending track champion, leading that pack now into turn 1. And here come your leaders out of 4. This time around, it'll be 8 laps complete. Jeff Smith, sponsored by Smith Brothers Racing, Smith & Sons Pistachios, and Auto Electric. And these guys drive a pretty darn good race car. And boy, they pick a pretty darn good pistachio. Had a couple bags up here earlier, and you see a spin right in front of them. I believe that's Darren Blanton in the 5. Or no, that's the 00 of Ron Clifton. So the Haddad Dodge customer service rep has turned the wrong way, and he'll get it going. And we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with more of our main event. 9 laps complete of the 20-lap main event in the street stocks. It's Haddad Dodge Night at the Races at Mesa Marin on Time Warner Cable. 75, our feature here on Time Warner Cable's presentation of exciting NASCAR racing action at Mesa Marin. I'm Barry McKeever, and we are set to go green on the street stocks. And here comes Jeff Smith, your leader, followed closely by Jerry Smith. There is a relation. We talked to him earlier. Jeff Smith, the son, Jerry Smith, the dad. Jerry has won the last 2 main events with the street stocks, which has moved him all the way up into 5th position. He has 4 top 5 finishes and has finished in the top 10 in all 5. There's Mark Hook Roberts spinning it there out of turn 2 in the number 25. Back up to the lead. It looks like Jeff Smith is extending that lead just a little bit. Now it's up to about 10 race cars. There's a good race right there. That is Mike Brillante in the 7 and Larry Kelly in the 42 coming out of 4. That go way back in the pack. Reset your lineup in the top 5. Jeff Smith is your leader. Jerry Smith in second. Stan Williams have moved up to 3rd position. The 11 car of Tony Alvarez is now 4th. And Darren Blanton is 5th in the number 5. So Brillante there. Brillante in the number 7. We go back to the lead, and you go, there's the number 9, and we were talking about him earlier, Albert Sally. Sally was knocking door handles with Brillante, and it looks like Sally got the worst of that one, and the yellow flag comes out with 13 laps in the books of a 20-lap main event. It is Haddad Dodge Night at the Races, and Haddad Dodge, the Kern County Dodge dealers, family owned by Chuck Haddad and his son. I want to thank them for their support here at Mesa Marin. Coming up, the $1.3 million NASCAR Winston Racing Series. Haddad Dodge 75, her feature, still modified stocks to go as well. The Haddad Dodge Avenger pace car pulls. No, they're going to keep him out for one more. And we go back to yellow. There's debris on the track in turn number 2. So they slow him down. And now they turn the lights out on the Avenger, which means we're going green in 1. Remember, coming up next week, June 14th, it's the Young Wooldridge 75 of the late model stock cars. This is next week, the Random American Modifieds, Modified Stocks, and Street Stocks. In 2 weeks, the NASCAR Featherlight Southwest Tour is back in the Wrangler Firecracker 100, presented by KUZZ AM FM 107.9, plus Mesa Marin style fireworks. Well, Jeff Smith gets a jump on his dad, Jerry Smith, and now comes out of 4. The green flag is flying. So a good restart for Jeff Smith in the number 4, and his dad, Jerry Smith, following him in the number 3. Stan Williams in the 72 is third. 13 laps complete of a 20-lap main event for the Street Stockers here at Mesa Marin. There's Ron Clifton from Haddad Dodge. And I can guarantee you it is a whole lot easier watching it here on TV and in the stands than it is down there behind the wheel. Couple side by side racing there with Mark Hook Roberts, getting sponsorship help from Powerhouse American Fabrication. Also there was the number 26 car. Now 15 laps complete, 5 more left for these guys. Jerry Smith trying to make it 3 in a row. Jeff Smith trying to pull off his first win of the 1997 season. Jeff and Howie have 3 top 5 finishes and 5 top 10 finishes. There is your race for 4th place. That is Tony Alvarez in the number 11 77 Chevy, sponsored by El Ranchito Market and Mind and Body Chiropractic, followed by Darren Blanton out of Bakersfield, in a car owned by Mark Lundgren and sponsored by RLW Equipment and Market Express Cafe. Jerry Smith trying to make a move on his son, and the yellow flag comes out, and you see the car, the number 76 of Mike McCluskey, which is parked in the grass on the front straightaway. That car right there is traded off between drivers Mike McCluskey and Mike Shane. Mike Shane is the father-in-law. McCluskey, who is in it tonight, is the son-in-law. Both these guys from up at Lake Isabella, sponsored by Dam Corner number 4 up there in Lake Isabella. So you talk about families, there's family by marriage. Good opportunity to take a commercial break. We'll come back with more exciting NASCAR racing action from Mesa Marin on Time Warner Cable. At Mesa Marin, Street Stock main event, 16 laps in the books, just 4 left for the Smiths. Up front, in first, Jeff Smith, the son and the father, number 3, Jerry Smith, trying to make it 3 in a row. Stan Williams in third, the 11 of Tony Alvarez in fourth, the 5 of Darren Blanton is in fifth. Green flag is out. 4-lap dash for the Street Stocks. It's Haddad Dodge Night at the Races. Coming up, our Haddad Dodge 75 in the NASCAR Winston Racing Series. Late models, our feature event. There's Jeff Smith, your leader in the 4. Jerry Smith really has not been able to challenge these guys. You know, you got to wonder, as the father, do you think he's already won 2? Do you think he's backing off and just saying, hey, I want my son to win it? Yellow flag is out. They're coming up fast on the 00 of Ron Clifton. There's the Time Warner Cable Ace Awards car, and it's fortunately back in one piece. I think Ron's going to catch a little bit of ribbing when he goes back into Haddad Dodge in the morning. So we've got 17 laps in the books. We'll try to go right back to green. Still a whole lot of racing left tonight. The late models in a 75-lap Haddad Dodge feature event. Also, modified stocks are going 25. So 1 lap and back to green. Now 3 laps left, but I still can't help but wonder if Jerry Smith, I mean, what a super guy he is, just saying, I'll back off and I'll let Jeff win. Because Jerry's already won 2. In fact, he's won the last 2, trying to make it 3 in a row. The number 4 of Jeff Smith brings him out of 3. Green flag is flying. Smith still holding on to your lead. Oh, and there's Mark Hook Roberts getting sideways in 2. Nancy Lutke getting by him in the 33. Let's see if he can't get it going around. Clifton coming up on him. And back to yellow. So the yellow flag comes out again for the 2nd consecutive time on the 2nd lap of the restart. We're only able to get another one in the books. We're trying to find out with NASCAR exactly what we're going to do, whether it'll be a green, a white, and a checkered, or whether it'll be a green and a white. Looks like it'll be, Craig Butts has the green flag in his hand, so we'll wait to get the word from NASCAR to find out exactly what we're going to do here. The scoreboard shows 19 laps complete. Jeff Smith still your leader. Jerry Smith is in 2nd. Stan Williams in 3rd. Tony Alvarez in 4th. Darren Blanton in 5th. Rick DePriest in 6th. John Amos in 7th. Haddad Dodge Avenger pulls off and the green flag is out. So we're going to go green, white, checkered. So 2 laps left. 2 laps left. Jeff Smith's going to get the green, bring it around once, get a white, and hopefully for his sake, next time he'll see a checkered, or at least be the first one to see it. But there's his dad coming up on the left rear bumper, not really challenging. Of course, the one thing he doesn't want to do is bump him and spin both of these cars. White flag is out. 1 lap left for Jeff Smith in his first main event win for 1997. Jeff and Howie, the brothers, trade off every other week driving this car. Jerry Smith, the dad, has been driving full-time in the number 3, has won the last 2, but he's going to step aside because tonight the stage belongs to Jeff Smith and the Smith Brothers Racing 75 Chevy Nova, sponsored by Smith Brothers Racing, Smith & Sons Pistachios, and Autos Electric. Your winner of the Street Stock main event, 2nd place, Jerry Smith. 3rd place, good finish for Stan Williams. 4th place, Tony Alvarez. 5th place, Darren Blanton. 6th place, Rick DePriest. And 7th place is John Amos. We'll come back and talk with the winner, Jeff Smith, in Winner's Circle right after this. Your winner, Street Stock main event, his first win ever, Jeff Smith. I tell you what, Jeff, 2 long years, but I got to ask you, the old man's right behind you. He was backing off a little bit. Did he let you win?
Oh, I hope not, but man, he was right there. Give me a few breathless moments.
What does this feel like, your first trip ever in Winner's Circle here in Mesa Marin?
Oh, it's great. Me and Howard worked so hard to get here, and it's just, you know, it's so refreshing to finally get here.
You know, a lot of people ask you about you and Howie trading off. Do you think that actually may benefit you because you're really hungry when you get in the car?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, and he'll probably show me up next week, we hope.
Speaking of hungry, those pistachios help to propel you to Winner's Circle again.
You bet. They're the best, man. Smith & Sons. And, hey, thanks a lot to Haddad Dodge, by the way, for putting this together tonight. Great show.
Congratulations, your first win ever, Jeff Smith.
Thanks, Barry.
Hope to see you real soon. Jeff Smith, a big win, Street Stock main event. Coming up next, our feature, the Haddad Dodge 75. It's Haddad Dodge Night at the Races at Mesa Marin Raceway on Time Warner Cable.
Did you know that the average transmission
whether Kellerman can take advantage. Now it's all down to motor, a drag race to turn number 1. Kellerman gets a little bit sideways there, and he'll take over the lead. Your new leader is Mike Kellerman. And there's a great battle right there in the number 3, the 72 of Stan Williams, 16 of John DeMoss. This is for 4th position. Look at them, they're 3 abreast down the front straightaway. They go into 1. The 24 of J.R. Garcia gets in the dirt. Jerry Smith in the 3. John DeMoss in the 16. The yellow car there has to back out of it. So taking over the position is Terry Simpson now, and we'll try to sort things out. Mike Kellerman in first, Mike Shane in second, Terry Simpson in third, Stan Williams is in fourth, Tony Alvarez in fifth, Jerry Smith in sixth, Kevin Jordan in seventh, and Rick DePriest in eighth. So an incredible battle going on right now. There's Terry Simpson going way wide. You see the left rear light up. Now we get a better shot of him coming out of 4. Simpson on the outside in the white car. We'll try the outside again on Mike Shane. Stan Williams there in the yellow 72 trying to get by Shane, but Simpson gets by. He'll take over the second spot. Williams dives to the inside and takes over third. Shane goes wide. So some incredible racing for the street stocks here, and now Alvarez gets back into third, but Stan Williams has good position on the inside. And Jerry Smith and his son Howie, Smith in the number 3 car, Howie in the number 4 car, Jerry the dad of Howie. Look at Jerry Smith to the outside, and he's putting in his 2 cents. Man, 4 abreast out of 4. These guys are putting on a great show. 11 laps complete of a 20-lap main event for the street stocks here at Mesa Marin on Time Warner Cable. Simpson gets wide and 3 go by him. He's now moved all the way back into 6th position. So your leader still is the number 26 of Mike Kellerman. Kellerman from Atascadero in a Chevy Monte Carlo sponsored by Matco Tools. Followed by Tony Alvarez from Bakersfield. Getting help from Mind and Body Chiropractic, El Ranchito Market and Taco Loco and Hector's Plumbing. Jerry Smith, meanwhile, in the 3. He is sponsored by Smith Brothers Racing, Smith & Son Pistachios, and Autos Electric. And Smith gets the door slammed on his face there as Tony Alvarez, who won the Trophy Dash earlier, wants his first win. Tony Alvarez in his rookie season with 3 top 5 finishes, 6 top 10 finishes, and 7th in points. And look at Howie Smith trying to get to the inside of his dad, 3 abreast in turn 3. Stan Williams on the outside. Williams gets sideways and getting it together, the leader, Kellerman and Alvarez. Alvarez saves it. What a great job by Tony Alvarez saving it. Man, these guys are fighting it out. Jerry Smith walks by. This has been by far the most exciting race we've seen from the street stocks, even though it's a couple of them come down to the wire. Smith getting together with Alvarez. Now Alvarez comes down into the Howie Smith number 4 car, sponsored by Smith Brothers Racing and Smith & Sons Pistachios. Stan Williams takes advantage of that battle, and Stan Williams moves into third. So Kellerman in first in the 26. Jerry Smith there in the red number 3. Red and yellow number 3 in second. Williams and Smith get together and they spin. Can Alvarez get by? They collect him too. Howie Smith is going to be the benefactor. And you had to wonder how long those guys could go door handle to door handle and nothing happened. And there's Stan Williams. Stan has had a great year in 1997, but he has been unable to finish it. 16 laps complete of a 20-lap main event for the street stocks, and what a great race it is. Resetting the lineup for you, it'll be Kellerman. Kellerman will have the lead. Howie Smith will be in second. The number 11 car of Tony Alvarez being shown in third, but It looks like Terry Simpson will take over that spot. Rick DePriest will take over 4th, and Mike Shane in 5th. Let's go down trackside with Paul Pavlicich. Paul?
Well, you know, I'm in the HPS Plumbing talking to Les Denherter, and I was standing here, and every single driver in the late model division and the crew were watching that race. They were as excited as the crowd was because this has turned into one of the best races of the night. Les, what do you think about this street stock main event?
Some awesome driving, absolutely awesome. Lots of lead changes, and it looks like they're really wrapping it up.
It's been a good race. There have been, and correct me if I'm wrong, Barry, but the 26 car has had one top 5 finish this year. Is that correct, Barry?
That's who we have up here.
Mike Kellerman, is that who we? I had to look way down on the list for the 26 car to find Mike Kellerman out of Atascadero.
Kellerman actually only has been in 3 races all season long.
And he's leading with the yellow flag with 16 laps into it, 4 laps to go. He has had the opportunity to get passed by 4 or 5 different drivers, but at the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and 5th place race has just been bang, shove, and push, and they are just trying to get into position just to get in front of Kellerman. It looks like it's going to shape up into a great 4 laps. Back up to you in the booth, Barry McKeever.
All right, thank you very much, Paul. And sitting in 2nd position is Howie Smith in the car number 4. That is traded off between Jeff and Howie. The 2 guys from Bakersfield came into tonight with 405 points, 2 poles, 2 wins, 6 top 5 finishes, and 8 top 10 finishes. Rick DePriest, meanwhile, who is 2nd in points, sits back now in 4th position, followed by Mike Shane in 5th, and Terry Simpson sandwiched right in the middle in 3rd. So it'll be a 4-lap dash to the finish. The Haddad Dodge Avenger pace car pulls off in turn number 3. The Street Stocks, who have put on a marvelous show so far with 4 laps left. Mike Kellerman from Atascadero brings him out of 4. Here he comes. Howie Smith looking to make a move already, and 1 to the outside. Now decides he's going to dip under and stays out there as Kellerman stays low in the back straightaway. So here's Howie Smith the outside in 3. Door handle to door handle. Howie Smith in 4. Kellerman in 26. And Howie Smith will lead this lap, number 17, with 3 to go. And a spin. There is Jeff Burdick. Burdick in turn number 4. Can he keep that thing going so we can stay green here? We'll see if NASCAR pulls out the yellow. They're keeping it green, waiting, and we're going to stay green. Howie Smith comes past the start-finish line, followed by Mike Kellerman, and an incredible race for 4th as Rick DePriest is taken over 3rd. So Howie Smith, there's your battle for 4th position. Terry Simpson in the 87, Mike Shane in the 76. White flag is out. John DeMoss in the 16 trying to stick his nose in there, but this is Howie Smith's show. The 3rd win for this team, the 2nd for Howie this season. And here he comes out of 3, into 4, out of 4, and the Smith Brothers Racing, Smith & Son Pistachios, Chevy Nova takes the checkered flag in a great race for the Street Stocks, and a win for Howie Smith. What an incredible race for the Street Stocks. And, you know, we put a lot of focus on the NASCAR Winston Racing Series late models, and as we should. I mean, these guys are some of the best drivers anywhere, but that doesn't take anything away from these lower divisions, this entry-level division. Here in the Street Stocks at Mesa Marin, these guys work just as hard, putting their car together all week long. They come out here and put on a great show for the fans and for you, those of you watching at home. And Howie Smith and Jeff Smith, they extend their points lead with a big win for the number 4 Smith Brothers Racing Chevy Nova out of Bakersfield. This time, Howie Smith walks away with the win. And let's go down to the winner's circuit of Paul Pavlicich. Paul?
Well, as soon as he pulled up, Howie Smith was hooting and hollering and happy because he's got his 2nd win. Let's give him a round of applause for some great street stock main event racing. Your second win of the year. You had the 26 car, and second through fifth place, you guys were just arguing on who was going to have the opportunity to pass him. 16 laps into it, you had to make a decision.
Yeah, the thing ran great, man. My brother got it hooked up. I got nothing to say.
You know, you took the inside line on your father there. Does he give up very much, or does he keep his line?
No, it looked like we were going to exchange sheet metal there for a while. All right. But anyway, I'd like to thank my wife, and I'd like to thank Bernie and all my sponsors, Autos Electric, HSE Swine Company, and Smith & Sons Pistachios, and Galbraith Van Storage.
A great win. That's your second win, and it's going to help you out in points. Now, you and your brother are currently in, come on in here. Both Smith brothers, they share the driving duties in this car. They're in first place, and all it does is just build you a bigger lead.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So all you got to do is survive, keep going forward.
Now, who's going to drive in the next race?
Jeff.
Jeff, you're going to drive the next race. How are you going to follow this up?
It'll be tough, man. He's fast tonight.
He's fast tonight. Let's give a round of applause for main event winners in the street stocks, the Smith brothers. Howie Smith doing the driving tonight.
All right, and a great run and a great race for the street stocks. I'll tell you what, man, those guys put on a show. We'll take a break and we'll come back with our feature event, the A.B. Dick IPS Independence Day 100, featuring the $1.3 million NASCAR Winston Racing Series late models from Aceman Raceway on Time Warner Cable.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. With the largest inventory in California, full line of foreign and domestic parts, and qualified people, Southern Auto CarQuest has the part you need at the price you want. So for the best possible performance.
Chain driving, they are a father-in-law, son-in-law team. You know, standing trackside, we've got Paul Pavlicich. Paul, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Barry McKeever. I'm in the 7th pits with Nick Janitis. Nick, you had some engine problems, and you had to change the engine. It's back, and you're in the, let's check, the 4th row, qualifying 7th. You've got to be happy with the way that the crew prepared the car.
Yeah, they did a great job with the car. It's running real good right now. We were a little loose in qualifying, but I think we got a good race car. We got a long race, so I think we got plenty of time to get to the front.
Something I just noticed is that you are in between a fast sandwich with Dick Shepherd right behind you and Tommy Fry right in front of you and Charles Utz right next to you.
Well, we've been running with these guys all year, so that doesn't bother me. You know, I'm glad to be with the good racers. I'm glad we can run up front like we've been doing all year. And you know, Swearingen Classics has put a great car together for us. The crew's worked real hard, and Mason Morin's put on a great show for us out here to run.
That sounds great. You know, one thing also that I wanted to talk to you about. You're back into the racing mode and in the late model division. Back at it with the new engine. Are you going to try to make a run up the point scale now?
We kind of lost a lot of ground by missing those 2 races, so it's going to be real tough. We're just going to come out here and try and win as many races as we can and let the points fall wherever they fall.
That's true. They're going to fall wherever they fall. Well, you got the points that are behind you, so keep the hammer down and keep the 22 in your rearview mirror, and you'll be okay because you'll be guaranteed to catch up points on at least the leader. Thank you very much, Nick Janitis.
So with 3 laps in the books for the street stocks, 20-lap main event, the green flag is back out. John Demas is your leader as they come out of turn number 4, followed by the number 11 of Tony Alvarez, and Alvarez takes a look to the inside. And Alvarez takes over the lead, in fact, right on the restart in turn number 1, exactly where Brian Kelly in the last race took over for Danny Collins and never relinquished that lead as he went on to be our first main event winner. And there you see the number 4 car, the Smith brothers tonight. Four is Jeff Smith, and the 3 car is driven by Howie Smith. The 3 car normally driven by Jerry Smith, the father, and oh, Sid Payne almost gets sideways, got a little help there from the number 26 car. That was Mike Kellerman from Atascadero. So back up to the lead where Tony Alvarez has taken over, but charging hard in the number 4 car. With this car has been one of the fastest cars all year long. That is Jeff Smith. So Jeff Smith takes over second spot from John Demas. Stan Williams has moved up into 4th, and we're 3 abreast in turn number 3. And we've got contact in turn number 3. They all get out of there, but back to the leader. There you go down the front straightaway. There's J.R. Garcia. Garcia with the tire smoke. And now down the back straightaway, you got Mike Ryle and Sid Payne and Rick DePriest, 3 abreast, all getting together. They hang it out, all out on the line, and everybody comes through clean. But man, this is exciting. Look at the Street Stockers putting on a great show for the capacity crowd at Macerman Raceway. There's Tim Bales in the 74, Kevin Jordan in the 46, Mike McCluskey, a slower lap car, in the 76. Now here's the battle for the lead. Tony Alvarez, followed by Jeff Smith. In third is Stan Williams. In fourth is Howie Smith. And in fifth is John DeMoss. Here comes Jeff Smith on the outside of Tony Alvarez. Can the number 4 hang in? Look at Mark Hook Roberts getting together with Larry Kelly on the back straightaway. Meanwhile, back to the front. Here's a duel for first position. The 4 on the outside, that is Howie, check it, Jeff Smith, and Tony Alvarez in the 11. So Jeff Smith now looks like, and he does, takes over the lead from Tony Alvarez. So the Smith brothers racing for the same time this season in a car sponsored, of course, by Smith Brothers Racing, Smith & Son Pistachios, and Otto's Electric. Here's DePriest in the 34, fighting out with Mike Kellerman from 26, the 2 guys, both from Atascadero. The 34 car of Rick DePriest in the street stocks is second behind Jeff and Howie Smith, 26 points back. DePriest has 2 wins this season. They all came rather early, has struggled in the last couple weeks, has had trouble financially, and hasn't been able to get to the track up until right before qualifying. That's real tough to do. There you see right ahead, tire smoke coming out of the 42. That is Councilman Kevin McDermott going a lap down. That's in the Mesa Marin street stock car. So back to your leader. This is Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith followed by the 11 of Tony Alvarez, the number 72 of Stan Williams, the number 3 of Howie Smith, and the number 34 of Rick DePriest. 20-lap main event for the street stocks. Coming up next, our feature event, the Centennial 100 Gatorade Challenge. And we will have the halftime at lap number 50. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out for Kevin McDermott in turn number 2. Councilman Kevin McDermott spun it sideways, and back to your leader there, the number 4. There's Kevin McDermott, councilman. So with the yellow flag out, 14 laps in the books, we're going 20 in the street stocks. We'll take a commercial break and come back with more exciting NASCAR racing action from Macerman Raceway.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. With the largest inventory in California, full line of foreign and domestic parts, and qualified people, Southern Auto CarQuest has the part you need at the price you want. So for the best possible performance, welcome to the pros, CarQuest. With locations all over Kern County, there's a Southern Auto CarQuest near you.
This is a scary sound, but this can be a scarier sound. It might be just a small transmission problem, or one that'll take a big bite out of your wallet. To tame your worries, AMCO centers have expert technicians with state-of-the-art diagnostic tools. Fact is, half the cars serviced by AMCO centers don't need a new transmission. Bring your car to AMCO. It can be a jungle in there. AMCO, AA MCO.
We're back to green flag racing. At Mason Raceway on Time Warner Cable, Barry McKeever along with Paul Pavlitich. So this time around, it'll be 5 laps to go for the street stocks. Your leader is the number 4 car of Jeff Smith, followed by Tony Alvarez, Stan Williams, Howie Smith, and the number 26 of Mike Kellerman. And now a battle going on for second place as Stan Williams comes to the outside of Tony Alvarez. And there's Williams in the 72. He takes over second position from Tony Alvarez in the 11. And there you see the number 3 of Howie Smith. Smith trying to get by Alvarez as well. And Alvarez almost pinches the number 3 of Howie Smith into the fence, but Howie comes right back to the outside, holds his line. That's tough to pass. And Howie now trying to get by. Door handle to door handle. This is the way it's done here at Mesa Marin. And look at how close the number 3 car is to the fence in the back straightaway, and he takes over the position. So the number, oh, and he almost loses it. So after all that work, Tony Alvarez gets back to spot, and now he's going to take over second. Just when it looked like the 11 car was going back to 4th, well, now he's back to 3rd, but he was up there for second for a while. But meanwhile, coming out to take the white flag, with 1 lap to go, the number 4 car of Jeff Smith, and this will undoubtedly extend the lead for Jeff and Howie Smith. 3 wins for these guys, 7 top 5 finishes, 9 top 10 finishes, and a car sponsored by Smith & Sons Pistachios. So here he comes out of turn 4, your winner, street stock main event again, Jeff Smith in the number 4 car. Followed by Stan Williams, Tony Alvarez, Howie Smith, and Rick DePriest. And also winning the refined oil race, Tony Alvarez, the car that finished in 3rd. Actually, check it, Stan Williams, who finished in 2nd, is going to win the refined oil race within the race in the street stocks. But another big win for the Smith brothers, this time in the number 4 car. It is Jeff Smith. He parks it there in the winner's circle. Don't forget, coming up next, the Centennial 100, benefiting the Bakersfield Centennial Foundation. This race is presented by Mervin's AER Energy, Taco Bell, and the Greater Bakersfield Chamber of Commerce. So let's go down to the winner's circle. Paul Pavlitich with your winner, Jeff Smith.
The 4 car visits the winner's circle again. Jeff Smith, have any problems with that 3 car back there?
Yeah, he's pretty tough. I thought he was going to get me there.
Now, what's Dad going to think about this? You guys both running here. Now, how come he got the run too, your brother?
Dad doesn't know we have the car out here. Shh.
Your dad didn't even know you stole the car? You took the keys? You guys haven't even grown up, have you?
No, never will. Never will.
So the Smith & Sons Pistachio team gets another win and extends their point victory. Rick DePriest finished, I believe, 4th or 5th, so you open up even more points on Rick DePriest.
Hey, great, yeah. Rick's a great driver, and we love racing with him. Thanks to Gatorade and Centennial Foundation for sponsoring the race tonight. Also, we're always thanking our sponsors. Our sponsors know who they all are, Smith & Sons Pistachios. But hey, Mason Marin fans, this is your racetrack. Let your local politicians know you want this racetrack to stay open and have good racing every weekend, okay? And thanks for coming out.
Let's give a round of applause to your main event and future political aspirations there too, Jeff Smith. We're going to switch on and talk to our re-refined oil winner, Stan Williams, in the 72 car. Let's get Stan Williams out of his car here. Stan's unbuckled. The program that we've got going on here, Richard Henry is going to explain the program that we've got that the Kern County Waste Management Department is running.
The Waste Management Department, get our message across, the second time around is just as good as the first. We'd like to thank Marion Collins and Mason and the platform to run and also the drivers for performing in it. And well, we just like to thank them. This will run in Mom and Pop's car, and that's what they're proving out here every night.
Re-refined oil. Let's give a round of applause and another $100 to Stan Williams.
Coffee in the morning gets you on your way, or something.
Welcome to Mason Runner Raceway on Time Warner Cable. I'm Barry McKeever along with Paul Pavlovich. And tonight we present exciting NASCAR race in action. Our feature event is the Texaco Express Loop 75 presented by Craftsman and the $1.3 million Winston Racing Series late models. Also the modified stocks and street stocks. So 3 very exciting classes here at Mesa Marin. Well, the first guy we're going to talk to on our pre-race interviews is a guy who has had an up-and-down season all year long. He is in the number 91 Ted Davidson Equipment Sales and Western Well number 91 Chevy Monte Carlo. He's from Maricopa, 2-time track champion, Frank Adamo. And Frank, I'll tell you what, you know, as I mentioned just a second ago, this season has been so up and down for you. In all your years of racing, have you ever had a season that has had so many highs by winning, in fact, first 2 out of the 3 fast trip food stores, 100-lap events, which could, in the end, net you $2,500. But in the meantime, you've had some really bad nights, some bad luck. I mean, this is roller coaster. Have we ever seen this before in all your years?
No, usually it's either real bad or real good. I mean, it has kind of been up and down. We've had some good runs, and, you know, last race we was having a pretty good run. We was a little loose and stuff, but we're hoping things pick up for us. You know, you just got to have quite a bit of luck out here.
Now, it seemed like at the beginning of the season, this Victory Circle car was so fast out there, and you had 4 KUZZ Fast Time Awards, or I should say Valley Roll-Off Service Fast Time Awards, and 5. Look at, okay, 5. But at the beginning, you had 4, okay? I mean, before anybody else actually doubled up on you, and you ended up with 5. But still, it seems like all these other cars, the Port City, now you got the Hamke from Mike Duncan that is extremely fast out there. Why is it that the other guys seem like they're catching up with you?
Well, I think we came out and we surprised them is what we did. You know, the Victory Circle car works awful good. You know, I have Craig Rodman help me and Chris Donosco. These guys are setting this car up real well. And it just made them guys do their homework. And now they've kind of caught up to us, and so we got to start doing our homework a little better.
Now here you are sitting in 3rd place, and just a couple weeks ago you were way out in front, as a matter of fact, and you had 2 races in a row back-to-back with the disappointing finishes. And from then on, it's been, we want to win the race. That's the only reason you're out here. And since you've taken on that strategy, things have gone really well.
Yeah, things have gone better. Really, we've had that strategy all year, just to go out and win races. But, you know, you get the points lead and you say, well, let's try to, you know, don't do nothing stupid, which we didn't, but we still ended up getting in some problems, you know. But
you know, we've got, what, about 5 races left on the schedule, including tonight. And tell us what it's going to take for this number 91 to go all the way to the track championship. Is it going to take some bad luck up top with Dick Shepherd and Tommy Fry?
Right now, yeah, they need a couple of bad one bad finish and we're right in the ballpark again. You know, if we finish good and they finish bad, luckily it's only 2 cars ahead of us. You know, it's a 30-point spread, I think, about right now, and if they have one bad night, well, we're going to be right up in the midst of it. That's what I'd like. I'd just like to be close at the end. You know, I don't want to be dragging back here in the back anywhere.
Now, you've been had some success out here at Mesa Marin. Tell us how 1997 stacks up against all the other seasons, and how this has been different for you coming back here to your home track.
Well, coming back, it's been a whole lot of fun. I got a great crew. They're more or less maintaining the car for me. It takes a lot of pressure off me. You know, we spent there a couple of years out racing on the tour on a limited schedule. Well, I was kind of getting rusty, you know, because I wasn't getting to race every week and stuff. And the tour was such a tough deal, you know, if you didn't have full-time employees or whatever and a big budget, well, you can't really do it. So coming back here, Chris worked this deal out with me, and hey, it's just working great. We're having a whole lot of fun.
Joining us now in the number 25 street stock is Mark Hook Roberts, a guy that we followed all season long here. And, you know, Mark, first of all, it's good to have you here on the Time Warner Cable. And tell us about how this season has gone for you. What are some of the things you came out expecting, and how's it been either different or met your expectations?
I ran dirt about 2 years. The biggest difference is if the car ain't quite right, you're done because it gets loose or pushes. But first half of the season, I did all right. And the second half, I've had just bad luck one time after another. But been working on the car and doing things and hope it gets better.
Now, I've noticed you've been spinning the wrong way in the last couple laps. What is going on there?
We don't have air bleeders in the wheels to get the pressures down.
So blame it on the car, right?
Oh, yeah, always car's fault. But we don't have air bleeders, and the pressures will grow and grow as the tire gets hot. But 2 weeks ago we set them, and the car did real good. So we're going to set them back there and try it again.
You know, some people say that you've got what would you say, the deck stacked against you. You're a guy out there driving. That's why they call you Hook. You're driving with the hooks. Do you feel that that's a disadvantage to you, or possibly working towards your advantage?
I don't think it goes either way. Once you get in the car, I'm about the same as everybody else. I don't have the hand speed, but on asphalt, you don't turn the wheel near as much if the car's right. But I don't think it's much different. I just go out there and have a good time most of the time.
Well, I tell you what, you're a great personality to have out here at Mesa Marin. Great addition. I hope we see a lot of you out here.
Yeah, I'm going to race. Instead of going that dirt, I'll probably stay here. I have more fun. People get along a lot better, and I have a good time.
And the crowd's more fun, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. They like after the races, I must sign 50, 60 autographs. I get little handouts I give out, and I went through 200 in 4 weeks, so I got to buy some more of them pretty soon.
The guy that has so far dominated the modified stock division in 1997. Your points leader by 52 points, Brian Kelly from Reseda, joining us right now. And, you know, Brian, this has been really a dream year for you. You do have 3 championships at other tracks, specifically down at Sauga Speedway, but this season has just been total domination. And this crew, the car, yourself, everything seems to be clicking.
Yeah, we worked real hard. I mean, all the guys have put in so much time and effort to get us up front, and it's paying off. Without their help, I definitely couldn't be running.
You know, you haven't only run at Mesa Marin. This is a car that has gone out and won at other tracks as well on some special events, some open competition. I know you went all the way out over to, what, in Laughlin, Nevada?
Yeah, we went to Lake Havasu, and we won there. And then the following day, we went to Blythe, California, and we won a 100-lapper there. And we won at Orange Show a couple times and Kern, and we won a lot of figure-8 races. This car just works wherever it goes.
You know, as a Sauga Speedway refugee, as myself as well, what do you think of Mesa Marin? What do you think of the Bakersfield fans and coming up here in the West Fastest Half Mile Oval?
Oh, this is a beautiful track. I mean, you know, this is real stock car racing. It's not a show. I mean, this is the real stuff, and it's a long tow for us. It's a little bit more money for us to race up here, but it's better for us because it's more of a challenge, and we're racing against new people, and it's been a good experience for us.
We've seen you be competitive and as well as win championships really at every level you've tried at. What is next for you? Are we going to see it still in the modifieds, or I know it may be too far in advance, you still want to concentrate on the championship, but you got to be thinking about what's in the future for Brian Kelly.
Well, definitely. I mean, the biggest reason we are here is because of the sportsman division. There's other tracks that we can run and be cheaper and closer, but we want to get in a plastic car, and the only way we can do it is to come here and show off, basically show that we can run and race and win and try to win a championship. And that's why we're here, because of the plastic cars. We want to get in one, definitely.
Anything in the works? Any talks going on right now?
No, just a lot of talking and dreaming and hoping. I mean, but we keep trying, and people are definitely noticing us, and that's what we're here for.
Well, a guy who definitely deserves to be in one, I know we're going to see in a late model real soon here at Mesa Marin, Brian Kelly, and he is atop your points lead, the modified stock. Brian, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Brian Kelly. Big lead for him, 52 points out in front of all the other modified stock drivers. Also tonight, street stocks as well as the Texaco Express Loop 75 with a $1.5 million Winston Racing Series. That feature event brought to you by Craftsman Tools right here in Mesa Marin. We'll be back with more after this. Racing action here at Mesa Marin Raceway on Time Warner Cable. I'm Barry McKeever along with Paul Pavlitich, and it is our first main for the start. Trackside, Paul Pavlitich.
Thank you very much, Barry McKeever. Well, fans, they can see you now. We're going to count down from 5 to 1. We need everybody up. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Oh, look at that. They're all pinned in the wall. Oh, my. There's Garcia smoking the tires. Stan Williams is there. Mark Hook Roberts got away unscathed. And we've still got 2 cars in the front straightaway. There's Darren Blanton and Jerry Smith. They get it going. We'll see if the yellow comes out, and it does. You know, I can just wait to hear the drivers going, what were they thinking? Hey, it was fun for us, wasn't it? I mean, I had a good time. That was awesome. These guys got to learn they just can't, like, drive up into the wall. I mean, maybe work some strategy here. Man, I'll tell you what, guy who would have been smart is running down there on the grass, but pretty wild start, a Le Mans-style start. Stan Williams comes by the start-finish line and kind of waves his hand like, what in the world was that? Hey, every once in a while you gotta, you gotta try something new. It was exciting. I was excited up here. So we didn't even get a lap in, but we'll work something out. Mark Hook Roberts, meanwhile, came away totally unscathed. The great start for him. Tim Bales up there as well, and just a marvelous start also for the number 4 car of Jeff Smith. Smith, who was back in the middle of the pack, got all the way up into 3rd. Jeff Burdick's up there. We're waiting to see what NASCAR is going to do here. And all right, they're going to restart from a rolling single file. So they're going to keep it going and keep it started, or start it again. Oh, they're going to restart. So they're going to put them back to their positions and restart the whole thing again. But they'll do it from a... Now they're stopping the field. So, oh boy, this is going to be exciting. Hey, Paul, maybe you can enlighten us a little bit. Are they going to put them back to their original starting position and roll it from a single file, or what are we going to do here?
That's a doggone good question, and I'm trying to find that out right now. I think the problem lies in, we are going to do a rolling restart, but we had, when the yellow came out, the problem was we had some of the drivers that were racing to the finish line, so what we're going to do is we're going to get them back in the order that they started in. If I'm correct, Barry, can you confirm that?
Yeah, that's exactly it, Paul. We're going to get back.
Okay, that's how we're going to go ahead and restart them the way that they were lined up in the way that they started here, and going to go ahead and roll them. A lot of these cars, if we tried to restart them again, they would overheat, and so that's the reason that we're not doing it. We'll go ahead and be back with more racing action from Time Warner Cable, Channel 16 from Mesa Marin.
Thought we were going to get some inside information maybe from you down there. Were the drivers upset about that start, or they seem to be in pretty good spirits?
Some of the, one driver that was upset about it was the number 4 car, and with reason that they were upset is that they were running in 3rd place after that, after the little problem there. So the 4 car in the Smith Brothers Racing Stables got all the way up to 3rd place, but had a frown on his face when he had to go back. We'll go ahead and we're going back to green flag racing as it drops.
All right, so as you mentioned, Jeff Smith goes from literally the rear of the field to 3rd position, and then they restart it, and obviously not happy about that, but if any of these guys can get it to the front, watch out for the number 4. Meanwhile, in the restart, your leader, and there's McCluskey backing into turn number 1, and he'll see whether he can get it going, and he does. Mike McCluskey driving the number 76 Street Stocker, getting help from Dam Corner number 4 and Swift Napa Auto Parts. But there is your leader, the number 2 of Jeff Burdick. Burdick switching duties with Brian Bickford, both of them from Bakersfield. Say that a couple times. That's Burdick and Bickford, both from Bakersfield. I thought I was pretty talented for saying that, but what are you going to do? Look at this bike back coming into 4. Down the front straightaway, there is 26 of Mike Kellerman, 74 of Tim Bales, Darren Blanton, the number 5. 34, there is Rick DePriest. 23 is Sid Payne. DePriest gets out there, and Darren Blanton there. Yellow flag is back out. looking around, 2 laps complete, and I'm not quite sure why we are yellow, but the safety team is coming now down the front straightaway, and not sure whether somebody is dropping fluid or debris, metal parts. Who knows? The safety team now down at the end of the front straightaway, looking into turn number 1. So, and it looks like they're looking at some fluid in turn 1. So don't forget, coming up, race fans, once again last year for the 2nd year in a row, named the top short track event in the entire NASCAR family, and that is the October Classic. Get your tickets now for the 4-day Festival of Speed. Kicks off on Thursday, October 9th, with the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Late Model Stock Car Fast Trip 150, which will determine the winner of the $2,500 bonus for the points leader in the 3-race series. By the way, Frank Alamo won the first 2. Dick Shepard, meanwhile, got second in the first 2. So those guys will go at it for the $2,500 bonus. Friday the 10th is the NASCAR Featherlight Southwest Tour. Saturday is the NASCAR Winston West Spears Manufacturing 250 plus fireworks. And Sunday, the return of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the Dodge California Truck Stop 300. And man, I don't know if you got a chance to see our good buddy Ron Hornaday, but what an incredible race last Thursday at IRP when Jimmy Hensley was leading for all 201 laps. And then on the final restart with the green, white, and checkered, Hornaday walks away with the win, his 5th win in the last 7 races, and tightens up the points lead, which now goes to Jack Sprague. Back at Green Flag Racing for the street stocks at Maceman Raceway on Time Warner Cable. I'm Barry McKeever along with Paul Pavletich. Our feature event coming up immediately following this. We're going to have the Texaco Express Loop 75 presented by Craftsman Tools. A guy making a nice move up through the field, the number 24 of J.R. Garcia. See him at the top of your screen. But right now in the front is Jeff Burdick, followed by Pierre Pichet, Mark Hook Roberts, Tony Alvarez, and moving in the top 5, J.R. Garcia, and he's on the move. We'll take a look back into the field, and we see Jeff Smith back in 11th position. So here is Jeff Burdick, followed by the 43 of Pierre Pichet, the 11 of Tony Alvarez, and J.R. Garcia is trying to move to the inside of Mark Hook Roberts and take over 4th position, and he does. So Burdick out to about a 5-car length lead over Alvarez. There you see the hard-charging J.R. Garcia. Garcia now moves into 3rd past Pierre Pichet. Pichet gets back in the line. Here comes Kellerman in the 26, DePriest in the 34, and Mark Hook Roberts holding on to the outside. They're 3 abreast down the back straightaway. And you see Roberts and Pichet there tapping bumpers, and Pichet has dropped all the way back into 8th position. He was running 2nd just a little bit ago, and now back to the lead with Jeff Burdick in the number 2. Burdick with sponsorship help from Albert Brown Concrete and Gills Transmission. This is a Pontiac. There's Alvarez in the number 11 in 2nd. Alvarez from Bakersfield, sponsored by Mind and Body Chiropractic and El Ranchito Market. And now look at J.R. Garcia. Use the slower traffic, and your new leader is J.R. Garcia. I tell you, he was flying through the field, and now he takes over the lead. Garcia out in front, Burdick in 2nd, Alvarez in 3rd, but Alvarez trying to take over 2nd position from Burdick. And this battle going into turn number 2, followed by Mike Kellerman in 4th and Rick DePriest in 5th, and Burdick falls off the pace. There's Burdick falling back. Kellerman now moves into the 3rd position, and Kellerman gets in it with Alvarez. Can he hang on? And he does. Woo! a wild ride for Tony Alvarez. And down the front straightaway, we see a lot of smoke coming out of the back of the number 72, Stan Williams. Back to your leader with J.R. Garcia coming out of 4. And there's the Stan Williams 72 car. Watch all the smoke coming out of the back there. Burning oil, they're black flagging him. So NASCAR black flags the number 72. Williams has got an oil leak, and he'll bring it down into the pits. So meanwhile, back up front, there's Kellerman getting in it again with Alvarez. And the yellow flag is out. So Kellerman and Alvarez get together, and Alvarez gets turned the wrong way. Meanwhile, Kellerman has dropped back into the 7th position. And Kellerman is now moving. Kellerman goes from 7th under the yellow all the way up into 4th position. I'm not quite sure how he worked that deal out, but I tell you what, Jeff Smith not too happy about it. Number 4, Smith doesn't want to let him by. Sid Payne doesn't want to let him by. Here's Kellerman trying to get a few more spots, and they black flag him. They black flag him for the incident with Alvarez. So Garcia still your leader, followed by Rick DePriest, who has moved up into 2nd. DePriest is 2nd in points. Jeff and Howie Smith are in 1st. DePriest coming into tonight, 31 points out of 1st place. And there's Kellerman and the Kellerman from Atascadero on the 26 as he goes into the pits for a stop-and-go penalty, and they'll put him to the rear of the field. So we're going to go back to green flag racing in 1 at the line. J.R. Garcia in the Pizzaville USA Oldsmobile, followed by Rick DePriest, Sid Payne, and look who has moved up into 4th. That's Jeff Smith, followed by Mark Hook Robert.
Well, Barry, just an update. Stan Williams in the 72 car lost the transmission. The problem was he lost the transmission during the first lap. So Williams, the winner of last week's main event and the trophy dash in the fast qualifier, a reversal of fortunes, out of the race.
So back up to the lead. There is Garcia, followed by the 34 of Rick DePriest. And look who's battling it out for 3rd now. Sid Payne in the 23, and Jeff Smith has moved up. There's Kellerman, who has gotten back out on the track. Jeff Smith now challenging for the lead, and DePriest gets by Garcia. He slungshot past Garcia into 1, and also Jeff Smith gets by. And there's Pache spinning. That is in turn number 4. And we'll see whether that brings out the yellow. If Pache can get it going, we want to keep this green, and he does. So back up to the front. And there's DePriest. Parking it in turn number 4, getting sideways and loose. And that is going to kill him in the points. He was battling it out not only for the lead, but for the points lead. And the guy who now leads this race, the number 4 of Jeff Smith. So Jeff Smith is your leader. J.R. Garcia and Sid Payne moving it out. So here comes Smith. Jeff Smith still your leader, followed by the 23. 17 laps complete of the 20-lap main event for the Street Stockers. Smith followed now by Sid Payne. There's McCluskey pulling it in behind the pit wall. His night is over. There are the beautiful Bakersfield Bugs. Good shot of him by our Time Warner cable camera. But the guy who's running away with this right now, the guy who started back, I believe, 17th on the Le Mans style start, he moved up to 3rd. Then they restarted him and set him back again, and he's moved his way all the way up into the lead. And this will be the 5th win for the Jeff and Howie team. 5th win for the Jeff and Howie team. There's Jeff. Not quite sure how many for each of them, but the Smith Brothers Racing, Smith & Son Pistachios, Autos Electric, Chevy Nova is flying, and the white flag is out. White flag is out for Jeff Smith, and 1 lap to go, and the number 4 will be in the winner's circle for the 5th time in 1997, and they'll extend their points lead over Rick DePriest after he spun in 4. No challengers coming out of 4. Jeff Smith, your winner, Street Stock main event. Followed by the 23 of Sid Payne, the 24 of J.R. Garcia, the 25 car of Mark Hook Roberts, the 17 of J.F. Hardin, and the number 11 of Tony Alvarez. So Jeff Smith brings it around, and we'll bring it into winner's circle. And another big win for the Smith Brothers Racing, Smith & Son Pistachios, Autos Electric, Chevy Nova. And man, what a great comeback it was for him. This car was flying, absolutely just flying. What a fun race for all these guys, and a fun start. I'm sure that's what he'll have to say about it, and Paul will ask him about the start, I'm sure. But let's go down to the winner's circle with Paul Pavletich and your winner, Jeff Smith.
All righty, let's give a round of applause to Jeff Smith. Come on over here, Jeff. Jeff, we got to ask you, the first question of the night, how did this start affect the way that the race turned out tonight?
Well, unfortunately, I think the track made a very bad decision, tore up a lot of equipment. I hope we don't do that again.
Well, you know, sometimes that things happen like that. It's a tough break. You've got to be happy for the 5th victory of the night, of the season.
I am, but I'm very discouraged and sad for the guys that tore up their cars tonight.
That's true. You know, Jeff, I got one question for you.
Thanks to Texaco Haviland Express Loop for putting this on. Sorry we had to make some mess out of it.
That's true. You know, Jeff, one more question for you. The car ran well. You know, there was some cars that were torn up, but how's it fixed for you for the points battle now that you're still in first place?
We're flying, so hopefully we'll stay it that way.
All righty, thanks again. Back up to you in the booth, Barry.
All right, a big win for Jeff Smith. Another one, and extends their points lead for the Street Stock Points Championship. Tell you what, don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with our feature, the Texaco Express Loop 75, presented by Craftsman Tools. And then our feature event with a $1.5 million Winston Racing Series late models in the California Truck Accessories 75. We'll kick things off with the Street Stocks tonight, so a full night of racing right here on Time Warner Cable. And the first couple people we want to talk to, and join us right now, the points leader in the Grand American Modified Division, number 16 of Rip Michaels.
Here we go. We need everybody up to help us start these cars off. Everybody get up. We're going to count down from 5 to 1. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Green flag is up. You see Roy Maynard on the outside of the number 70 trying to make a move on the 77 of Mitch Lampier. We'll give you the rundown. The number 2 car is Brian Bickford. The number 9 is Albert Sally. Number 76 is Mike Shane. Number 25 is Kevin Black. The number 17 is J.F. Hart. The number 46 is Kevin Jordan. The number 22 is Travis Newsom. The number 43, Pierre Pichet. And oh, getting sideways, Kevin Brown. 2 cars getting together in 4. They all avoid him. And we are still green flag racing. The number 1 car, Mike Ryle. The number 5 of Darren Platt. Number 11 is Tony Alvarez. The number 4 is Howie Smith. The number 72 is Stan Williams. Number 22 is Travis Newsom. Number 3 is Jerry Smith. The number 23 is Sid Payne. 34, Rick DePriest. 24, J.R. Garcia. And the number 42 car from California Truck Accessories, Kim Evans. So there's your lineup. And we are going 20 laps for the street stocks. Coming up next, it's the Mountain Dew Twin 25s of the Grand American Modifieds. $1,000 goes to the winner of the second race. And then it is our feature event with the California Truck Accessories 75 presented by Days Inn. So still your leader is Brian Bickford. Bickford followed by Mike Shane, J.F. Hart, Mitch Lampier, and Kevin Jordan. So tonight has really been, there's DePriest getting into the dirt, but tonight has been pretty much paced by speed all night. We started off the evening, the Grand American Modifieds, with a brand new track record from Rod Johnson. We have 3 cars as you saw earlier, coming in from Phoenix, Arizona. And street stocks here, we have always incredibly competitive, and Mike Shane looking inside. Coming into tonight, the points leader in the street stock is Jeff and Howie Smith. There he is in the number 4. Tonight is Howie Smith driving. Smith gets by the number 5 of Blanton. Now he is behind the number 9 of Albert Sally, trying to get to the inside. Sally is from Tahunga, but meanwhile, Blanton hangs on to the outside. But look who's right behind the number 4 of Howie Smith. That is the number 3 of Jerry Smith, his dad. And back to the lead. We have a change in the lead. Number 76, Mike Shane, your new leader, followed by Brian Bickford. The 17 of J.F. Harden, number 46 of Kevin Jordan, and